And that's about it. Welcome, young women, young men, the future of Finland. This is Data-Driven Design Day 2017. My name is Lassi A Liikkanen, and I'll be hosting you for the next 10 minutes and welcoming you warmly to this third annual Data-Driven Design Day. I'm also doing the technology here on stage, so I'll have to be somehow able to navigate between all the presentations that we have. 7 of here today. I think we've had enough of this presentation, so I'll just close that down. And considering that I'm not working for Veikkaus, that's not probably for me either. And here we jumped into the beginning. Let's jump somewhere else. Now, this is what I was supposed to show you. So, welcome each and every one of you. I saw there was no line. We have a few free seats here and there, but this event is officially sold out. So I think everyone who was interested has already made their way here, so we can freely proceed. As said, my name's Lassi. This is my third year of arranging this event. For most of my time, I spent at a company called SC5, doing things related to data and design. I also have an affiliation with Aalto University and spend most of my part-time running a sauna-related blog called Saunologia. And that's enough about me. A few words about the history. So we started the Data-Driven Design Day as a forum 2 years ago at Design Museum. We had about 80 people there. Last year, we held the event with Futurize at Tavastia, which attracted almost 200 people. And I think we were pretty much in the same figures. We sold about 200 tickets, and then we have about 40 people invited from different companies, including our partners. Of course, this event wouldn't have happened without you, all members of audience, but this wouldn't have also happened without the help from our partners, SC5 and OB Group. Thank you for your assistance here. And also thanks for the Helsinki Design Week organization, which kindly adopted this event for this year. So this is part of the Helsinki Design Week official program. And I thank Jenny Järvinen, Petra Majandela, and Minja Rantavaara for their help of making this event happen together with me. And I also thank our 3 volunteers who are helping you to get in here today, Darina, Ella, and Mika. So this is a lot of collaboration. Helsinki Design Week has been ongoing for a few days now, and it will continue. So I warmly recommend you to go and check out the Helsinki Design Week program to see if you can find anything else of interest to your own work. Today's program was compiled around the theme of retail and e-commerce. However, as in previous years, like last year, the theme was mobile applications. But we did not exclusively talk about mobile applications, and neither this year will we only talk about retail and e-commerce. But it's strongly present. I have a very nice lineup of speakers, almost perfect, not completely perfect, but we have a lot of excellent speaks coming up. We have Juri Vetrov, Timo Luoto, Antti Oulasvirta, and Matti Parviainen with you as the first 4 speakers before we're going to have a break in approximately 2 hours. So each of the talks is going to take about 30 minutes, a little bit less, and will include a little bit of time for questions and answers. After the coffee break, we'll still have 3 more presentations, so please hang on until the end. We're going to have Eetu Paloheimo, Tuukka Häkkinen, and Jussi Mantero. The only kind of unfortunate omission this year, which I very hard tried to work on, but didn't succeed, was attracting a single female speaker. Actually, I invited 3 of them, and it still, 2 weeks ago, it looked very good that we're going to have at least one of them. Unfortunately, this is the kind of goodbye message from Minna Vakkilainen from Kesko, who was supposed to have the last word on the show, in which she says that even though she couldn't make it here today, she sends her warmest regards to all women, and of course also men, working in the area, and hopes that the women will also pursue careers related to data, even though I didn't persuade one of those people talk here today. But I actually have a few nice examples of, in addition to Minna. Last year, Aller Media and Hanna-Leena Koskinen came up with this publication, Hiljaa kun data puhuu, Silent when data speaks, which is quite nice collection of ideas and interviews with actually 8 prominent women who are working with data in the Finnish industry. So, if you didn't know about that, now you know, so you should check that out. I personally don't think that the gender matters here, but I wanted to kind of touch upon this because it was not my intention to kind of have this kind of lineup. I would also like to introduce a few more ideas or further reading or ideas what you can learn more. First of all, a reminder, we have the whole history of the data-driven design days recorded, or well, not actually the full history, but much of it. It is available on YouTube, so you can watch the earlier recordings. The easiest way to find them is to go to this datadrivenDesignDay.wordpress.com website, where I've compiled all the stuff that has happened over the previous years. Then, my idea is not to make a full-blown presentation, but I wanted to make sort of few statements about what is my vision about data-driven design and how I've kind of curated today's program. I think a few of the ideas are very well captured in a recent news article from Helsinki Sanomat, which talks about how the commercial radio stations get programmed. You'd normally think about the work on radio and music curation as kind of some sort of DJing job. But that's not the way it is anymore. There's actually one guy who takes care of a huge amount of what stuff goes on in commercial radios. And it's totally data-driven. It's data-driven to the extent that there's hardly any design element or any human element to it anymore. Everything is based on making different kind of polls of what sort of music attracts people or what sort of distracts people. The good part about it is, and what I would like to say, the data-driven design at its best can satisfy both customers and business stakeholders, unlike anything that has been possible before. However, I think we still need the human element to work and kind of come up with kind of creative new ideas, but the data will help us. And I think particularly Antti's talk later on will kind of touch upon this. Few other readings I won't recommend. Only last year I finished the Christian Rudder's book called Dataclysm, Who We Are When We Think No One's Watching. The book is a story about the OkCupid, about the funny behavior that people exhibit when they think no one's watching what they do online. It gives so many different kind of faces to what you can learn from data that I think is very hilarious. Another big theme that doesn't kind of necessarily concern data and design, but it has a lot to do with data kind of reuse, machine learning, for instance, the free ebook from Patrick Hebron, Machine Learning for Designers, and also I authored an article around this spring in Smashing Magazine. And one of my other recent writings, appearing just last week in the ACM Interactions magazine, the story called The Data-Driven Design Era in Professional Web Design. I'm not going to recount my story from this magazine article, but I'm going to kind of bring up one kind of summary of what I see this thing being all about. I think the currently data-driven design is about scalable automated data acquisition and analysis for design research. So we actually have some sort of active agent called designer in the loop, and it's not just computers anymore. All right, that's about my intellectual contributions to the program. I'm going to next talk about a few practicalities. First of all, as you may know, the whole show is being live streamed, so in case you have a sudden urge to rush up to the stage, be sure to know that you will be recorded, so it's under your own kind of decision to do that. We have 7 talks set. Each talk will have a little bit of time reserved for audience questions and answers. There will be a microphone going around in the audience, so you can ask your questions so that the people listening to the stream can also hear it. We have internet here, but I guess most of you probably don't need it, but it's the Helsinki City Wi-Fi. Please use the hashtag DDDD2017 if you are tweeting or Instagramming something. Some of you already got the coffee. There will be more coffee and snacks served in the lobby area, just next to the doors when you exit. And there seems to be some sort of causal connection to the urge to visit the toilet after consuming coffee. You'll find the toilets quite like opposite to the entrance to this lobby area on the other side of the hall. But I must say that the toilet capacity is somewhat limited, so I recommend you there seems to be a queue. Just walk to downstairs to the first floor, where you'll find more toilets in the museum area. As said, we're actually in a museum. In the fourth floor, you can find, so 2 floors up from here actually, you can find exhibitions of the Helsinki City Museum. For instance, at the current time they have this Helsinki exhibition, which you can visit for free after the event or even during the coffee break, although that's not very long one. So there's something to do around here, even if you want to stick around. One sort of thing to do, maybe after the whole thing is over, there's kind of unofficial after party held at the Trilby and Chadwick Detective Agency, which is basically just a block around from here. Now, the catch is you have to find it. They have about room for 35 people, but it's well hidden, so you won't find any big sign on where to enter. But I think it'll be quite worth exploring, nevertheless. You'll find us there with the speakers around 4:30. Any questions from the audience about the practicalities or something else? If not, I think it's probably time to start the show. We'll be starting the show with a keynote presentation from Yuri Vetrov. Yuri is the head of UX from Mail RU Group, and he flew here from Moscow the other evening, and I'm very glad to have Yuri here with us today. Thank you.